7 o'clock. It's time to rock and roll, son. How you feeling?
Ready to the first of many.
Absolutely.
The first of many Power Podcasts.
Hey, so we said we wanted to do it, so we're here now, and I'm excited, and I know you are too. Man, it was a lot of technical stuff that we had to deal with, and we had to change our location. Now, you know, our studio just wasn't right yet, but we definitely gonna get it right. But so we changed locations, and we decided to come out here and do some things different.
Yeah, I like it. I actually like the. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you guys saw the first kind of like teaser video, just a little bit more open. That's how I feel.
I really am too, because it's open. I love the I mean, this is one of my favorite rooms in the house. So, you know, so it's not a surprise that I do love this, you know, being out here. But you know, I do think that once we get everything right in the studio / my office, I think it's gonna start making sense too. You know, so you know, we have to just see how that goes. But yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff, man, that we're gonna be doing. You know, this is the episode 1, and this is the genesis. You know, so this is the beginning of something new, something beautiful, something big. You know, and all that good stuff. So, one of the things that I wanted to do with this broadcast is kind of just introduce ourselves, and then we kind of, you know, just go in from there, and you know, any questions, anything that just comes up, and we're just gonna free flow it. How that sound?
I think they like that. They like that. Let's start off with you. I mean, you know, I think that's gonna take some introductions. I think it's better, you know, for somebody just to kind of introduce somebody for you. For everybody who don't know, I mean, I've only been here for my life, but this man has created some lives, you know, and touched some lives for a lot of years. I can only have, you know, just a certain perspective of, you know, who he is and how you guys experience it. That's how y'all experience it. But from what I gained, you know, we some heavy hitters around here. So you did 25 years. How many? 25 years. 25 years in corporate America. I mean, let's kind of go back a little bit further. I mean, he stepped out, and from the story that I got, he stepped out on his own at a very young age, and kind of sort of wanted to just mold his life and do things his way.
That's powerful.
He more so just kind of leading the pack, kind of feel. You know, that's the story that I got just growing up. From there, you know, he met my mother, and you know, while in corporate America, kind of striving along the way, which I think a lot of people do. I know even around the peers that I have, I mean, it's kind of like the thing to do around just, you know, college years. If you're not going to college, especially if you know, joining the military around that same time, like you're like it. Just so just thinking about your life, like you are doing what people are trying to do. I mean, all the way up until this point. So you got 25, 30, almost 30 years in corporate America, and simultaneously raising 4 children. That, I mean, I just growing up, I mean, I had a family, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a family, I had people that was there, I was supporting, I was taken care of, and in that, you know, you had success. So all throughout your life, you had success with your family.
boy. You know.
So I mean, this is kind of introduction to like the power too, and just kind of giving a taste of just what's going on. So here it is.
Listen, man, I'm listening to you, and I'm like literally wondering who in the hell you talking about? Because I'm like, man, am I that man? Listen, I know this episode 1, but don't have me up here crying on the first episode. Come on, man, that was powerful. And but now I'm gonna introduce you. Okay, don't worry about it. But you said some things, that really kind of touched on some stuff, because one, I never knew you knew that story about how I stepped out. So I want to kind of go in a little deeper, with that story. So I'm 18 years old, and really, some people would say, oh, you left at 18, you should have left at 18. That's a whole nother episode.
Because we ain't doing 18 these days.
Right.
That don't happen. You do understand that, like, I mean, we want to leave at 18. You go to military at 18. You can, I mean, I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I also grew up understanding that my life wasn't just like everybody else's. It makes a difference.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, 18. I think that's great.
Well, it is. I mean, in a sense, but you go deeper into the story. This is how it went. By that time, I mean, for anybody that don't know, I grew up on the north side of Bessemer. That's my hometown. Shout out to Bessemer. Alabama Braves, baby. So my mom at this point had remarried, and she came to me. She said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to move on." She was getting ready to get a divorce. She was in that process. I didn't know it at the time, but by the time she came to me, it was full grown, because hey, that's how grown folks do it. I went in her business, she wasn't telling her business, but she came to me and said, "Listen, I got a choice to get this house or this house, and all it depends on is are you coming with me?" And see, I didn't know anything, son, but I said, "Ma, it was time for me to step out on my own and just do my own thing." But here's the thing.
What was she like? Okay, so what, you was working though, right?
I was working, and I got to tell that story because that is an amazing story. Listen, I'm gonna share the story. Have you ever heard it? Did you ever heard the story on how I got my first and only job I ever had in my whole life? We're gonna tell it. Okay, man. There's so many stories I want to share, man, and all this stuff is gonna be good. So I'm gonna finish the story about me leaving because your grandmother, my mom said, okay, hey, she's moving, and I said, hey, I'm gonna go and get my own place. Okay, and that pretty much how it went. I had started working, and now what I was gonna say about that is I really had for years, and I think to this day I still have a little bit of guilt. I had a whole lot of guilt early on, but I had some guilt. And Elvis, I see you on, so we're gonna definitely get you in. Tiffany, I see you as well. We're gonna get to you. I'm gonna finish this story, but I had guilt about actually leaving, because now at the time I made the decision, I was like, okay, hey, it was time for me to move on. But then I realized, I said, man, I was the oldest male in the house, and I literally left my mom alone. And that bothered me for years. Now, listen, I got the strongest mother in the world. So she handled her business. She did what any grown woman is supposed to do. But me as a man, I said, I may have made the wrong decision. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, we talked about, that job. Now this is funny. Now it may make my sister mad. Because I really, she probably know it, but I don't think I ever fully told her this story that I'm about to share now. But during this time, I had, I was in college, and I was thinking about your grandmother, and I said, how can I make it better for her? And I knew her, helping me, support me, financing me going to college was tough, even though she never said it. Just in my mind, it was like, man, how is she doing this? Okay, because listen, we grew up on the north side of Bethel. I told you, we didn't have a lot. We grew up, listen, we didn't have a lot, trust me. Okay? So, on that sense, I'm thinking, okay, I need to come out of college. I need to work. I need to do what I got to do. Okay? So, I'm at home with my first, time that I went to school. Phone call. This when we didn't have cell phone. Everybody had that one phone on the wall. I went to answer the phone. They was looking for my sister, your aunt Renee. Don't be mad, Renee. Okay, I'm finna expose. I'm finna tell you the truth. Finally, I'm finna get this off my chest.
You choose now.
I choose now. I'm not going no further into 2022 with this guilt on me. Okay, I'm wiping everything clean. Okay, so phone calls. May I speak with Andrea Kirk? Well, she's not here. May I take a message? Well, she put in an application, and we need someone to hire. Oh, really? I said, I need a job. Hey, I said, I need a job. And she said, well, can you come down now? I said, sure. I got on the bus, took it down, straight down to the mall, got hired on the spot. And Renee, listen, you know exactly what God called you to do, and you're walking into your gift now. So I believe, don't be mad at me, because I really truly believe all of this was done by design. And another funny note, I got fired that same day. I did. I got fired the same day. Now you say, well, hey, man, didn't you just say you had a 25-year career? Yeah, I had a 25-year career with that guy, with that job. But I did get fired on the first day.
So this is the same, this ain't the same shit.
It's the same company. Yeah. I got hired back the next day.
Right.
They accused me of stealing the first day.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, because I don't know if it was you, what I would tell you. Because I was in a situation where, at night when we count down the money, and then, the drawer came up short. And of course, she knew that she didn't take it. The only other person was me. And so, I'm literally, the cops were called in. They at one point they took me to the back and made me take down my pants, and they searched my pockets, and they said, oh, she said, well, he must have it in his underwear, So I mean, yeah, I went through that very first day, and I'm in the mall, my hands against the wall, people walking by, and I had to deal with that, and I'm sharing this story because, one, I never forgot it. Two, that shaped me, that molded me. That was part of who I am today. So I wanted to share that. Man, there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna get in, but I know it's been some people that has been waiting. So we're gonna let them in, and we got my brother Elvis. E-Dog, what's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Well, I got you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just coming in, bro, and listening to the stories you were telling and everything, about how you messed over my sister, man. You know.
Hey, man. Hey.
Oh man,
what
but
I said, man.
Wow,
We got listen, man. Hey, I think I'm gonna delete it. The more I think about it, the more I think I shouldn't have said nothing, man.
oh, well, she knows our love. You know that, man.
Absolutely.
But like you said, you know, that turned her into what she is now.
Absolutely.
You know, who knows how it would have turned out if she'd have took that path.
Right.
So it was another road that was opened up for her that she dwelled in and that she was able to accomplish her goals and everything in. So that was a good thing, you know. I mean, she might not would have thought it at that time, but that was a very good thing. So, I mean,
Wow.
it's funny. It's funny. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you just got to look at the bigger picture when it comes to that. You know,
Absolutely.
the bigger picture is look at what she's doing now. You know,
that's how I look at it. And brother, man, I really appreciate you coming on. What I'm gonna do, I'll hang out, man. Stay back in the back room. I got Miss Tiffany been waiting, and I want to bring her on, but I want to bring you back in, okay? So just
all right.
tight. Miss Tiffany, you are live on the Power Podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Man, we're doing great. How are you?
Good. Just out and about, and wanted to make sure I tuned in tonight. I know tonight's the big night of the premiere of the podcast. And I'm just enjoying it so far. Congratulations on you.
So let me ask you this. How's the sound? How's the audio? How's the video?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Awesome. We've
Sounds
been
good.
struggling all day trying to make sure this thing is right. We are excited about what we're going to be bringing. I think this father and son, not only is this the father and son dynamic, it's also going to be the age difference. You know, he's 29 years, but you know what? You too close to 30. What? I know it's April 20th, but so we're talking about 2 months.
2 months I'll hit the big three.
The big three.
Zero, the 30-30. I don't really plan on. I mean, I plan on doing it big, but not too big. I can't do nothing else anymore for the rest of my life.
But I think we like 30, man. Yeah, I think we need to do something. So we gotta do something.
I got a guy's trip in mind.
Okay. Now y'all heard he said he got a guy's trip in mind. So we're gonna stay tuned to see if Dad invited on this guy trip or not. So we'll have to see how that thing goes.
Don't do him like that.
I'll put him on the spot because he deserves to be put on the spot.
Of course you can come.
I can come? Okay. Oh, Tiffany, did we lose you?
Yeah, I'm going back in.
Okay.
I'm changing. Looks like Wi-Fi.
Okay, I see. All right. Well, listen, Tiffany, you are welcome anytime on this broadcast. You're definitely a friend of the show already. You know. So the work you've been doing with the family is definitely much appreciated. But look at this here. I'm with Rami. I gotta highlight you, brother, man. Listen. He says instantly one of my favorite podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I don't even know if this stuff. Listen, I mean, thank you so much. I don't know how this thing is gonna go. What we do know is that this is something that we just feel that we're gonna bring something in that's gonna really disrupt some stuff. We're gonna get it. It's called the Power Podcast for a reason, because we're gonna bring some heat in. Right now, we're just trying to, we're getting our feet wet, but we really gonna tackle some issues here, and we're going to you know,
Have that
change the
open
life.
dialogue.
We're gonna have that dialogue, and you're gonna see the dynamic, the father-son dynamic, the 30-year-old and the 52-year-old. I'll let y'all decide which one is 52 and which one is 30. Okay, but Tiffany, I know we're losing you. And you know, so I'm gonna bring my brother Elvis back. We're gonna find out what's going on with him. He finally got some video going on.
Yeah, man. I was shaving at the time, so I had to wait a minute.
Oh man. Hey, so man, you down in Louisiana and holding it down there. How's everything going?
Everything's going good, man. At one time, I was just hitting a bunch of shutdowns when it came to work. So I done got placed at a spot now where I'm gonna be there for a couple of months.
Okay.
So everything going good with that.
I got a question for you.
All right.
Now, when you look at what we plan on doing, I know we haven't talked about it, but so I'm kind of putting you on the spot. What type of message would you want us to bring? What is it that you would want, your brother and your nephew, or just the Power Podcast, to bring to the YouTube, nation?
Well, the biggest thing, how can I say it? I just want to make sure that, when y'all do bring something like that, it's to the point to where it's going to touch everybody. Everybody see it as the father-son podcast, but, keep in mind, we got some mothers and daughters out there as well, where you come from, all the way around with it. So you are going to be bringing a whole lot of things that going to be from a father-son perspective, but I just want to make sure, and to everyone that might be listening, you got a mother-daughter combination that y'all want to get on there and y'all discuss something with him about, or however it might end up in, bring that to him, and keep everything going to the point of where you just touch on every basis that you can. Everything ain't gonna be about my son getting ready to go on vacation and am I gonna come with him, So everything, just keep everything to the point to where it's just real interesting, to the point to where, some people might be thinking it, but don't talk about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just the thoughts that come to you all, just make sure that it might be something that you might have had on your mind, but then again, it might be something that you heard some people talking about one day, and you want to see how everybody else feeling about it as you giving your thoughts on it.
Absolutely. I really do appreciate that, because that's what we want to do. We want to touch, on those family dynamics.
Yeah.
And it's coming from the father-son duo, but
what I like about this dynamic is we got to think about the gap that we missed whenever we had a lot of absent fathers at one point in time, and I'm just talking about from a just a general perspective as far as the community. There are people out there who don't know what a father looks like in a household. There are people out there who they just see their mother. You know what I'm saying? That's who they were raised by. They understand the mother-daughter dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like where I'm at. Like I was a cut above. I said that by no means am I perfect, but if you ask how many people who had a father in the home, not too many people could say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That translates to how you view authority. How do you your discipline level? You know what I'm saying? Like that translates to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. just in seeing that, you know what I'm saying, understanding that, like we that, like I said, like we don't really understand like what it's gonna do. I have my theories, you know what I'm saying, as far as what people can take from that, you know what I'm saying. But we do want to have this open dialogue because father, the misconception is fathers aren't in the home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, just being straight up honest with you on just on the thoughts right there, you're speaking of myself, because I came up in the house with just my mom. So there would be a good many people that would like to hear thoughts on how other people feel about either coming up in the house with their dad or the other ones getting their thoughts across and coming up with just their mom or however it might end up being. So that would be something very interesting to talk about.
Elvis, I'm gonna ask you something. Feel free not to talk about it, okay? Because we are live. Okay?
Yeah.
But for people who don't know, we share the same dad and different mom, okay? And now neither one of us grew up with dad in the house, although he was in the house for a little bit with me, you know what I'm saying, or he was close by for, but we both went through the most of our, transformable age, without a father in the house. Remember, I'm right, so far.
I would say this: the fact that you say transformable ages. I'm going through them, as we speak. Seeing your transformations, even you as my uncle, you know what I'm saying, seeing you just move, it's an impression, you know what I'm saying, it's a lasting impression that I can only think like people who don't have that are completely going down a path that they probably don't even understand, or don't even understand, like they're really just going down a path just in search of themselves, you know what I'm saying. We need to be more like solid, you know what I'm saying, as individuals before we can even talk about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be more sound. The way that we treat one another, the way we treat ourselves, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be a reflection of how we treat one another. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, I think, like if you're not just confident or just sound in how you moving as a man, how we interact, like it's gonna show. It's gonna show in just different ways. You know what I'm saying? I want to have that conversation to where we as people can kind of coexist. You know what I'm saying? Be amongst without so much tension. You know what I'm saying? And more. Tension when needed. We gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? We family. We gonna fight. But we need to stay together. We don't need to blow up.
That's a big deal. Yeah. And it's different because fighting ain't necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes you gotta have a good fight, but you don't go nuclear on nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't push the button and say, but my question, is, because I'm wondering, can you miss something that you never had? Okay, so my question is, can you miss a dad you never had? And by the way, and before you even answer that, you develop, to me, in your adult age, a strong relationship with our dad. You know what I'm saying? Which is beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, can you miss what you never had?
Oh, most definitely. Because especially the biggest part about it is when you see your friends with their dad, and it just is, how can I say it? A woman can teach her son only so much. It takes a man to teach their son how to be a man, so my mom taught me a lot. She taught me a very lot. She taught me the biggest thing about how to respect people and that goes a long way with the way that she was bringing me up. Now, my mom brought me up to the point to where I think that I am a very good man, but it's still some stuff. I mean, in some people might not see it as being that much, but it's little simple things like
Right.
changing the oil in the car, changing the tire on the car. It's this simple thing like that that I just had to pick up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody around to show me different things like that. It wasn't nobody around for me to talk to about anything when it came to like a man-to-man relationship that I needed to have. The only ones that I could talk to was my friend. And my friend was they right there at the level that I was at. So they wasn't giving me anything beyond me, to try to teach me or to let me know anything about going above myself. So they right there along with me, they living the same life I am. So we were just learning as we was going, So it's a big difference in it, man, because I do believe that if you can have that father in your house, then it can teach you a whole lot. Even from the female side, the father-daughter combination, teaching the daughter, teaching the son how to respect the woman and teaching the daughter how she deserves to be respected. It's just so many different things, man.
That's what's going on. Oh yeah, you can see a lot of it today in social media. Like people are kind of choosing to just not do the whole relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even want to set the example. Like however mom does it and however dad does it. They two they two complete people. They do not want to know how to coexist. I mean, we can assume that that's the path that we're gonna can go down. But I think there's a second option. Like maybe somewhere around this era, we can kind of start drifting to more people, at least coexisting. Not necessarily. It's not a fairy tale. I don't think we go for fairy tale. And it's very realistic. Expectations from one another, but as a community, we don't have it. We fight for the family as a community. How can we talk about this? We gotta have a conversation. People don't even want to coexist together. You see what I'm saying, Uncle E?
Yeah.
That's powerful. Now, Tiffany, I brought you back on. I'm not sure if you got your connection back, but I wanted to hear your side of it. Like El was saying, it is multidimensional. So, are you connected?
I am. I was a little in and out, but this is a really good discussion on just listening to you all. I've just learned so much just from just being a woman and knowing the impact, not just a woman but a mother as well, but knowing the impact fathers have on their sons and just the importance of that. Because I think women that have had their fathers in their lives, sometimes I think we take it for granted that how huge it is to, for our male counterparts to have their dads as well. So it's good to hear you all's perspective.
I definitely appreciate it. One of the things, because I want to just take I want to turn the heat up a bit, and I am going to bring in LaShawn. I'm going to bring you in because we got this masculine energy going on. Elvis, I'm going to bring you back in. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so we got Elvis, we got Shauna, and then we got Tiffany. Your names are actually. Let's do this. I'm I'm gonna help everybody out. Hold tight. I was gonna say y'all don't have your names on there, but okay. Y'all not displaying your names, but that's fine. So here's the question, because in reality, this is what we're dealing with. Okay, we came in to introduce ourselves and to get our feet wet in this podcast. But I think it's time to go ahead and just turn it up a notch. And I'm going to ask a question to the table. We got some different dynamics. We got my son here who was raised in a 2-family home. We got Elvis that was raised by his mother. My question to you ladies and Tiffany, I want you to go first, and then Sean, I want you to go second. Can you do it by yourself? Can you properly raise not just your son or not just your daughter? You know what I'm saying? Can the mother raise the son? Can you just do it by yourself? Or do you believe that the family unit supposed to be done with the mother and father? It's however you want to take it.
Well, I can definitely attest to this. I mean, I have 2 sons, and they're 10 and 11. So knowing, and I think seeing my dad in my life, I think it's up a lot. Knowing his influence in my life and my siblings' life, it has real importance. Even before I had kids, how important their dad would be in their life. And even though I'm divorced, I share custody with my son's father. And, I mean, it's different. Most people, they're not able to have a harmonious relationship with the father, their children. But me understanding just how important his role is, knowing that I can do who they ultimately what they need. I can't teach them. I can teach them how to want it, but a lot of things have to come from him. So I definitely believe that whether the children are in the home with both parents or not.
Hey, Tiffany, hold on 1 second, because your audio is going up and down, and I'm not sure if it's on my end, but I know you're saying some good stuff. Let's do this. Hold tight. And Shauna, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I want to. Let me see how your audio sounds, and I might answer that question. And if you need me to repeat it, then I'll try to.
I think I got it.
Okay.
It was just for me, it was just 2 of us. I had a brother and myself. And my father left the home when I was a senior in high school. So I feel like both parents really, it's a necessity, because right now my brother's 2 years older than me, and we don't have neither of our parents. And you're never too old to be able to learn something from your mother, your father figure. In this case, your father figure. So it's a lot on me as the oldest sister, because I do have 3 other brothers up under him that were outside of the family. So it's a lot on me. And then I'll just switch it to me and my children. I had 1 son and 3 daughters. And their father left the home when he was about 5. So I did a lot of it with the grace of God, but I know that there was more that needed to be taught, that he missed. I mean, since then we built the relationship for over years, and it was good. But the last couple of years, he have had no contact with his father. So it's just kind of it's just kind of weird what me and he's been through. But he turned out to be fine. But do he need his father? Do he want his father? Yes, he missed that. So I think a two-parent home is really a necessity. Cause I'll take it one more level back. Even when we were together as a family, those 10 years, we were military. So he was gone most of the time, and again, it was I did it all. I mean, it was on me. A lot of it was on me. So I feel like it's a necessity. I mean, you can make it work as a single parent, but I feel like it's a necessity that both parents are there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you both sharing. And man, listen, you hearing this, and I think they tapping right in on the spirit of where we need to be at. Where this podcast needs to go. I do understanding why they have headphones on now. we decided that we weren't going to do the headphones, and yeah, I know why they use headphones. Matter of fact, I may just go ahead and I tell you what, you guys hold tight. We're gonna reset. I'm loving what's going on. I'm loving this what we're starting out with. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be right back. Okay.
You've got an idea.
Okay, we're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. All right, man. What you think so far, man? We did.
I mean, I think what a lot of people are kind of getting and hinting around is, the importance of just relationships. It's kind of tapping into the book. I don't know if you guys read the book, but if you guys haven't got the book or read the book, you really should read the book. To me, it kind of starts to kind of fine tune some of the relationship issues that we can kind of see with one another, and how we can kind of tap into just ourselves. I think that relationships does just that. I think that relationships kind of sort of reflect. Relationships are reflective, as a matter of fact. Relationships are reflective, and if you don't want to look in the mirror, you probably are not going to want to be in a relationship. If you are a person that kind of sort of likes to be held accountable and kind of held to a higher standard, then probably some relationships may, offset you a little bit. And that's just kind of romantic wise. I mean, even like your relationship with your best friend, they always gonna like check you. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna like make you look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You need that from your best friend, do you not? I mean, just to be level set, just to be level headed. If you are with your brother or sister, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to just challenge you in certain ways. They're going to challenge you in certain ways that other people just can't. They're going to tap into those certain spots of you that you cannot resist.
Nobody else can touch it.
Nobody else can touch
But
it.
a sibling can.
But, exactly. They're gonna do that, man. They ain't gonna run around and hit you. And so, if you do away with those relationships, where would you be? How would you be? What is it doing to your psyche? What is it doing to your personality? How is it helping you grow? How's it helping you get through life and mature? And how you do relationships is a reflection of you. And we want, if I've noticed anything, we've been on this whole just self-discovery kick, have we not? Like, we've all been trying to, glow up. We've all been trying to, be the best versions of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the undertone that is happening today. If you think you're the best version of yourself and you call yourself an individual, and you don't do relationships well, then you probably don't like what you are, what you put off.
Man, boy. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard what he said. Listen, first of all, man, I need to carry you around, to help promote this book, because you do a great job in hyping it up, and I definitely appreciate that. I remember when you read it and you came to me and you shared, your feelings about it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I literally had the thought of, I don't care if I ever sold a copy. I don't care if anyone ever gave me any input. What this guy here said, what he said, man, it was worth every penny. It was worth every hour. You know what I'm saying? Every insecurities that I had, it was worth it all. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely appreciate it. So, I mean, really and truly, if you haven't read it, do it.
Don't listen to me. Why get it? Why get it?
And I'm a little biased, but I do think it's definitely something that you need to add to your collection. I think it's if you're in a relationship, if you plan on being in a relationship, or even if you're currently struggling in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely, a book for you to have.
Yeah, this is for people who want to kind of sort of get out of this COVID mindset, get out of this quarantine mindset. Just live a little, man, like work a little bit.
Now help me out with something, because you just used a phrase that maybe I'm too old to understand. But I mean, I know we went through this quarantine thing together, but explain to me, like I'm a 3-year-old, because I ain't never heard of the quarantine mindset. What is that?
Well, I guess that's an original thought for me.
Okay.
Quarantine mindset just means I'm blocked off. But it's mental. I'm mentally not receiving just new relationships. I'm not receiving, like you go into quarantine, like when you sick, when you are like you catch COVID, you have to be blocked out from the world. You are trying to heal. This is like this self-healing I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been doing this for a long time, and even if you kind of pay attention to the signs, like too much of just this self-actualization is too much. We are so much about sales, and this is what is pushed in the media. Like, we're so much about sales that we don't care about community anymore. A lot of times the community kind of we hurt whenever something on the news happens, but even that is even becoming a little bit more sensitized. So you mentally become numb. You don't want to infect yourself with the negative people or the negative mindsets. You don't want to infect yourself with people who don't want to respect boundaries. You don't want to infect yourself, because work can put that all on you. It can put that all on you. A lot of people these days just want to. It's all about the paradise, I guess you can say. They want to live in paradise. They want to live in paradise at all times, and so your mindset is just on quarantine. So until you want to, you know what I'm saying, like venture out and speak to somebody.
So, y'all heard what he said. Y'all have a quarantine mindset. You have literally blocked yourself off. You positioned yourself. You placed yourself into a place. Not only did you do it physically, but you also have done it mentally. Okay, and so now you're in this bubble. And see, if I'm understanding this quarantine mindset about is all
you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you just feel something off, you wanna, I need to go,
yeah,
distance myself. So
it's like a sneeze.
Yeah,
Achoo.
I'm gone.
You gone. Okay. So this person is fragile,
Yeah.
and this person, do they want to be in a relationship?
I think they do, especially if they listen to this podcast. I think they do.
They want to be in a relationship, but what's their problem?
Fear. So, just they don't have their work. They don't have their work. They don't have their desires lined up. I mean, they don't.
That's powerful.
They don't have their individual goals lined up. They don't have their like they want everything set. They want everything kind of sort of laid out. But if I learned anything from you, I don't really think this thing really gets laid out unless you just came from it. You gotta come from a family for money to even get money.
That's exactly right. Well, Shauna, we're coming to the end of this broadcast. Okay, so I definitely want to take a minute and thank Elvis and Shauna for being a part of their first podcast. RAMI. What do you say?
Rami Yahoo.
Rami Yahoo. Okay. Thank you for your comment. I hope that we get better. I hope that you subscribe to the channel. I hope that you tell other people about what we do and what we're doing and what we plan on doing. This is day one. We got to get better. And I'm being honest with you, I think that this was a great day one. It was, I had little butterflies, but I believe that
you never did introduce me.
I never did introduce. Okay, listen. So now, okay.
Oh, whoa! I get the last 2 minutes. Hold up.
You get the last 3 minutes. Okay, man. I have the pleasure. Man, I have the pleasure. I have the honor to co-host to one of the finest gentlemen that I know. Okay, now if you in college, he'll be your frat brother. Okay, the Sigma. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity incorporated. Let's get it right. He is the only brother to 3 amazing sisters. Okay, Jasmine, Alexis and Alexandria. I don't think they could have had a finer brother. A quick story about you, son. I prayed for you. And when I just had, I said I need a son. I can make girls all day, but listen, but God, this time I need you to do it. And, now I will say this, and there's no shame, and there's nothing against because I love your sister. But I said, God, I need one more. I said, let's do it again. And then I came up with twin girls. Now, first I said, okay, well, they're going to be twin. It might be a boy and a girl. And I said, okay, that's cool. Then they turned out to be 2 girls. Then I said, okay, all right, good. I see your point.
You get one. You get one.
And honestly, I said, God, if I was only gonna have one son, you gave me the best son that I could have, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud because I know beyond a shadow of doubt that you are 100% man. I know that your values are man. You know what I'm saying? I know that your love is man. And, I know that you navigate like a man, and, I tell people I tell people all the time, and I share with you, I'm looking at the time, so we're a minute over, okay? But I'm going to share this with you, and then this is going to close out our podcast. And I shared this, a bit in the book too, but I love you so much, to where I had to let you go a little bit because I had a fear that because I loved you so much, that God would take you away. And I know that's the weirdest thing to hear, but I had it. It was. I remember you had to go and you was in the band. And you had to go to North Carolina to play. You remember that?
I know. Okay, so he's talking about North Carolina. We're talking about cheerleading. I know what you're talking about. Talking about North Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
When you forced me to be a cheerleader, we're not gonna talk about that.
Hold on, man. Wait a minute.
You forced me to be a cheerleader.
Did I?
Yes. We're
I
gonna,
think we're
we're
gonna end this
we're
right now.
we're gonna talk about dynamics, okay, and relationships. Okay.
So wait a minute. I
I'm
thought
not
you was in the band.
I'm not mad. I was in the band too, but I'm not mad about it. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Hey, well, you know what? So that's so much for these stories. We're gonna stay on track. But listen, guys, this is a great way to spend time and end this broadcast, man. I want to thank you guys for once again showing up and showing out and being part of this historic event. My name is Eric Kirk. This is my son.
Hey, I'm Lim.
All right, we are the Power Podcast, and we'll see you next time. We're gonna, we'll post a date. But stay tuned for episode 2.
I've got an idea.
That's who said everything.
Oh, wow. Wow. Man, they should have joined. Did I